FM is 3 minutes past 7. Thank God it's Friday. Friday is finally here. Today is the 27th day in the month of October. So, every Friday I will remind you to make sure that you make plans for enjoyment. Mondays, I will tell you go make the money. Fridays, I'll tell you make plans for enjoyment. Create excitement for yourself or work and no play. Make Jack a dull boy. The front page review, it's about to start right now. You know how we do it. I'll give you the headlines from different newspapers in Nigeria, and then we talk about the big stories, the issues in the news. I have analysts standing by, Rufai Oseni, over there, standing by to analyze the top stories, and then the phone lines will be open for you to call in and join the conversation. And now let's begin this morning with this day newspaper. Now the headline here says Tinubu to AIDS after Supreme Court victory, your jobs are secured. House to probe performance of loan disbursed by CBN for metering. Okonjo-Iweala, we want to demonstrate trade is part of solution to climate crisis. And we have other ones here that says that federal government moved to scrutinize LNG dividends for $7 billion cash. Okay, let's move now to other newspapers here. We go to the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Supreme Court affirms Tinubu's election, dismisses Atiku Obe's appeal. Ritual, 400 level Uniport student in police net for killing ex-lover. Fear of pandemic looms in police cells as court rejects remand suspects in Lagos. And still in the Vanguard newspaper, presidential poll, PDP expresses disappointment over Supreme Court decision. Tinubu's victory at Supreme Court, a welcome relief for Nigerians, says Buhari. And now we'll move to the Punch newspaper this morning. It says here that Tinubu triumphs after 171 days battle. Court lifts IPOB ban. Awards Kanu 8 billion naira. Akeredolu rebuff Ayedatiwa's apology, insists on assembly probe. Still in the Punch this morning, travelers, motorists stranded as protest rocks Edo over bad roads. Pedestrians lament open defecation along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. And still in the Punch, Senate confirms Aliyu as ICPC chair. 24 government police education college converted to varsity. And now to the Guardian this morning, it says that Ethiopia had no interest in Nigeria Air, but for federal government's plea to help. Court quotes proscribe of IPOB as terrorist group. That story, you get it in the Guardian newspaper. Now, the writer says awards 8 billion naira damages to Kanu. We have a P&IA Senate investigate non-implementation exit of IOCS. That story is in the Guardian newspaper. Now let's move to the Nations this morning. Supreme Court affirms President victory. Justice has been served, says President. And also BDP LP express disappointment. Now the writer says Wilty 2031 Kanduje tells opposition party Atiku will be courageous, says Adebayo. SGF Speaker Governor Wike visit President hails verdict at the Villa. Now we'll move to the Daily Trust newspaper. Local solutions needed for challenges in Africa's oil and gas industry. Commuters stranded as a residents block expressway in Edo. NAF airstrikes kill over 100 terrorists in Niger, Zamfara, DHQ. That report is in the Daily Trust newspaper. Supreme Court verdict, PDP governor joins APC chieftains as at Tinubu's office. Obi Atiku will wait till 2031, Kanduje. And now move to the Sun newspaper this morning. It says that PDP, Labour Party, and RC furious as Tinubu wins at Supreme Court. Nigeria still in search of national leaders, says Amechi. That story is in the Sun newspaper. And finally, in the Sun, we have Imo, Kogi, Bayelsa. We don't trust INEC to do the right thing. Tanko spokesperson, 2023 Labour Party Presidential Campaign Committee. That's the headline from the Sun newspaper. And these are all of your headlines this morning from all of these newspapers. I gave you from 7 newspapers in Nigeria. We'll look at the top stories now, the big one. I know you already know. You already know the very big story because it's in all of the papers. Happened yesterday. Yesterday was a big day. The Supreme Court, they sat and they gave judgment, and they explained the rationale behind the judgment that they gave, and this has generated a lot of talks. In fact, there's division. It's about like a division of public opinion. Some people were rejoicing, others lost hope, and all of that. So we'll talk about it. I'm connecting with Rufai Oseni so that we could get some perspective into these stories, and Obeda will be coming on board later on the program. So you could do well right now by going to our YouTube channel to subscribe to the channel Voice of the People. You could subscribe to it, share it to your loved ones, leave comments, and that's it. And go to our website too. It's www.voiceofthepeople.ng. We also have a mobile app that you can download it and take us everywhere you go. Now to the story. I'm connecting with Rufai right now. So, but let's take a look at the story. It says that after 171 days, Tinubu triumph. 171 days of battle. The Supreme Court yesterday ended the 171 days legal tussle to nullify the election of President Bola Tinubu with the rejection of the election appeal filed by the People's Democratic Party standard bearer Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi of the Labour Party. Now, Atiku and Obi's appeal commenced on May 8th and were concluded on Thursday, yesterday, 26th of October. And the Supreme Court effectively ending their dreams of overturning Tinubu's election victory. In the lead judgment delivered by the chairman of the 7-man panel, Justice Okoro, the Apex Court refused to consider the academic records of the president obtained from Chicago State University, which Atiku sought to tender as fresh evidence to prove his allegation of certificate forgery against the ex-Lagos State governor. Now, the other judges of the panel, they also led judgment and they dismissed the Atiku and Obi's appeal. So it's been affirmed that we have our president for the next 4 years. 4 years, yes. It's already done like 6 months, so we have that matter is settled now. And the president receiving the congratulations yesterday, if you listen to his speech, he said he did not promise Nigerians Eldorado, that now we can work together and build the country, that he has started working from day one, even with all of these challenges, started working. So what he will do is to work more. Now that the victory has been affirmed, what is the reaction of Nigerians? What is your reaction? It's a done deal. There is no going back to court. There is no going to the Supreme Court or appeal court. We were not looking forward to the future. That's it. So the question is, what will become of Atiku? What do you think Obi should do? That's a question some people are asking. What should he do now? What is the future for Atiku? Was justice really served? That sort of question. But if you listen to the appeal, if you listen to the Supreme Court yesterday and how they broke it down, you will know that it's like a camel going through the eyes of a needle for you to be able to prove election malpractices after the election has been conducted. Now, I'm connecting with Rufai Oseni. I'm having a bit of a challenge here. That's why I'm doing the analysis. But I'm just talking. I'm not analyzing the story. So I'll connect with him. Just give me a moment and then we'll get to talk. Okay, I have Rufai Oseni on the line right now. Good morning to you, sir.
Morning, Mary. Bless you. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to all of our listeners.
Yes, so happy Friday to you. Good to be speaking with you. Now, before you came on board, I was talking about the big story, which is the Supreme Court upholds Tinubu's victory. The president gave speech yesterday. Congratulations. People were congratulating him. We had Wike also go to the villa to congratulate him. We had Bajabiamila, we had Kanduje, and a whole lot. We had Justice Okoro talk about the rationale behind the judgment and all of that. Now, the court of public opinions is divided, but it's a done deal now. I also asked another question: what will Atiku do now? What do you think Obi should do now? What is the future for these two politicians? All of that is in the mix this morning.
So, at first, I also congratulate the president because the Supreme Court has ruled in his favor. It's only decent for other people too to congratulate him. Both candidates congratulated because the Supreme Court is final. What should they do? Fine, they have to accept. The judgment and start to work for the furtherance of one, our democracy, two, making Nigeria a better place, three, providing viable opposition to this government, and pretty much start to look at the next election. For a lot of Nigerians that feel this conflict, I'd like to beg you, please, cool down. Do not, because of your anger, pack up on the electoral process in Nigeria. You still have to keep believing. Because the journey to nationhood is a marathon, is not a dash. You will have people. You will try your best sometimes and you don't succeed. Yes, it happens. But you need to fix yourself up again, look further, and start all over again. Because you see, when you least expect that success comes. So never stop believing in Nigeria, and we can never stop believing in our electoral process. Because that's what true patriotism is. Also, we will support this government with our criticism and support the government with our advice and kudos when they do well. That's what I do as a patriot, and that's what most Nigerians should also do. So that is the lessons we've learned in this electoral process. The number one lesson is INEC cannot be trusted. INEC violated their own laws, their own rules. INEC cannot be trusted. That even the Supreme Court echoed this again yesterday. INEC made promises they couldn't keep. So today, INEC has not been able to tell us what constitutes technical glitch. INEC needs to work on its accountability. But you as a Nigerian, you can't stop showing up for those elections because they will determine your future. I know voter apathy is low, and that's why I'm calling and rallying people. Secondly, as regards to judgment yesterday, they pretty much just upheld the things the lower court had said. On the 25% debacle, they talked about the fact that Abuja FCT should be treated as though it was a state for electoral purpose, not conferring any special status on it, and all of that. And, they won majority of the votes. As regards people that challenge the elections, polling unit by polling unit, you see, also political parties must learn that. One, the reason why they've never overturned any presidential elections in Nigeria in the court, I think the closest was 2007. So that was it. of the Yar'Adua election. The reason why the presidential election has been overturned, of course, is because of the burden of proof. And politicians know this. That's why they will do anything possible to ensure the weak first, and you go and fight it out in court. That's where the proverbial go to court comes from, because they know the burden of proof is hard. It's very hard.
Yeah.
Yes, you can easily prove in senatorial elections, governorship elections, because the area of coverage is low. And if you put your hands on that, if you have your foot soldiers and the police, you can get good figures out to be able to defend your case. But spread across the 176,000 polling units, forget it. The burden of proof is super hard. If it was President Tinubu that has lost that election, I'm sure it would have even been difficult for him to be able to prove otherwise in court. So going forward, every political party out there, I don't know if you are going to set aside funds for it, but if you're a major contender political party in this country, you must have a real computer room and foot soldiers on the ground that can give you polling unit by polling unit results authenticated from INEC, because of the eventuality of the need to prove it. So it's a big one.
Yeah.
I don't think in the last election, out of 170,000 polling units, any political party had results of close to 40,000 polling units, because it's very tough under election conditions. But you must invest in technology. So the IREF system that a lot of people are complaining about, that they were waiting on, and that's why people kept on talking about the IREF, because that was what was supposed to help them bridge that technological gap, and they had evidence. But once that did not come up and it was not posting results real time, it became problematic. You too must develop your particular in-house IREF and get all of those real-time data. That's two. Number three, we'll have to call on the security agencies. Another thing we've learned from this election is that politicians use violence and law. And we can see that in Lagos and other parts. The security agencies must step up, because they too were found wanting. A lot of votes were disrupted and all of that. But they must step up to be able to ensure that violence is not used. And they must be constantly apolitical. It has to be said. Thirdly, another thing we need to learn about this electoral process is the fact that debates are very important. And we must call on our candidates to be able to express their ideas. It was quite very sad in this election because some candidates decided not to come out to debate and express their ideas. I don't politicians want to win at all costs, but the thing about debate is they help you fine-tune your ideas for the general public. They have a trajectory of where we hope we should go when we finally get in position. That's another very important point I must have to get. So another thing we also need to learn that we have not learned is that we have not gone beyond tribe, religion, and our politicking. And the thing we do that we can't move forward as a nation. And that greatly dominated our political process this last election, and which doesn't make it right. But all in all, we cannot do that, because this is our country. East or West will be first. Yes, I want to go to Canada to get a better life. But I bet you, once you go and you get that better life, it will not be as impactful as you do something back in your birthplace. And that's the conversation we need to have. So please, a lot of people might be discouraged. You can't be discouraged. Because you see, nobody promised you that the journey to becoming a great nation will be a dash or will just be a walk in the park. It's going to be hard work. But you have to keep pushing with the hard work every time. And trust me, when you look back, you see that all of what you did in your country was well worth it. I know now, because of the pain people feel, I think it's well worth it. But no, don't look back in anger. Keep pressing forward and keep doing the very best you can for your country. God bless us.
Yes, God bless us. And the case of CSU, it wasn't, it had no power at the Supreme Court yesterday. So the question people are asking is, what will happen? Do you think the president should, because of morality, maybe come out and talk more about it, just clear the air? Or what do you think? Because the president has immunity now. So even if the FBI case they are pursuing, CSU, nothing is on him right now.
So, the Supreme Court claimed the fact that the 180-day cycle had passed before they filed in the case on everything. But it's still a case that is going to be up for challenge. We'll be waiting to see if President Tinubu will seek re-election and he will put that certificate in. So probably let's get to the electoral cycle before we will challenge that again. Because that case was not determined. It was just not admitted because they had passed the threshold of filing. It was after the 21-day threshold. And people try to quote the law of under external circumstances, the court needs to admit fresh evidence. But based on technicality, they knocked it out. So that case is still up in the air.
No.
Also, the ball coming from the FBI is still up in the air. So I want to talk about the FBI when we see the facts first, when we see the details first, before we can comment on what's even in the documents. Yeah. So,
what do you have to say concerning Atiku? And do you think Atiku should run? Is he coming back for 2027?
You have less than 1 minute for this call.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. What did you say?
Okay, I was talking about Atiku. What do you see him coming back for 2027 elections?
No, I don't think it's a great idea for him to come back, me personally, but I also do not have the right to say that because he's a man that can make his decision by himself. He's had his stab at it. I don't know. I won't have his last swing at it, but probably don't forget then he will be close to his 80s, thereabout. It might not necessarily be a good one. But, hey, I can't determine for him what will happen. But this politician probably will come back. They have their future all figured out. I don't like to write off people. I think my choice to come back will be my choice to come back and run the subsequent elections. But whatever it is today, you cannot push them away because they have mounted.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rufai Oseni. We need to go for commercials now. We'll be back after this.
Are you looking for the perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, Lagos, number 42, Muritala Muhammad International Airport Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in a beautifully appointed rooms featuring all the amenities you need for a comfortable stay.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your everyday need is met. We also offer complimentary pick-up and drop-off from the Lagos airport.
Take advantage of our state-of-the-art fitness center, outdoor pool, and enjoy a delicious meal at our on-site restaurant.
With stunning views, world-class service, and a prime location, Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, Lagos is the perfect choice for your next vacation or business trip.
So, why wait? Book your stay today and experience ultimate in comfort and luxury at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel.
For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-8003-333 or 0815-7003-333. You can visit our website at airportgoldentuliphotel.com.
Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, where luxury meets comfort.
The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and cold berry ice cream, delight in every scoop. Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and cold berry ice cream at 11 Road by First Avenue, Festac Town, 28 at Denira Ogunsanya Street, Surulere, 13 Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1. Romeo's Pizza and cold berry ice cream. Romeo, the pizza champions. Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafte Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
You're listening to Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and this is the Front Page Review. My name is Mary Onaife Edebi. I have Obed Awede with me, joining via the network. Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Mary.
Yeah, good to be speaking with you after the Judgment Day yesterday.
Well, we actually expected it.
You talked about it yesterday that we should just, that you already saw what's going to happen, and you talked about it.
Yes, it's very clear because I think there are a couple of issues actually. You know, once you get the president sworn in and he's in office, it's been pretty difficult. Even where there were cases, you remember it was only in the case of I think it was Yar'Adua versus Buhari that they had a 4-3 splits among the justices, 4 for Yar'Adua and 3 for Buhari. That came at that close to a division. And what since then it's been difficult to prove anything. Why? Because the electoral law has been made in such a manner that is INEC actually misbehave and get away with it because they can make all the promises and nothing happens. So if the judges follow a strict application of law, of course, you had Justice Okoro yesterday said that election matters are sui generis. We were saying that they are in a class of their own. It is not like a typical matter you take to court that you bring emotionalism and morality into it, that they follow particular rules. If you don't get your evidence, pleaded or played before, or this at the point of filing your case, it will not be answered. You can't bring it in again. So all those Chicago stories and the rest of them, they are good for us because people are saying the background of the president, but the Supreme Court did not take judicial notice. I recall that some weeks back when I mentioned that the Supreme Court may not take judicial notice, a friend of mine in the US called me in the evening and was angry. So, better can you say Supreme Court will not take judicial notice? He said, no, can you say that the Supreme Court is a policy court. It must take as I got to say, now you they control them. He said it must do what they follow processes, they follow rules and the rest, and they follow that rule. And of course, at the end of the day, this is what has happened. I think on the face of it, looking at the whole case, there is no doubt in my mind that whether you like it or not, with the crisis in the PDP, that Atiku shot himself in the foot by not making a deal with Wike and created that kind of cancer within the party that prevented from going forward. And then Labour Party that actually had a very good campaign, but from a small political base, and so a minute political base. It was very clear that the APC had the spread and had the resources to actually get this thing done. So the lesson for the political parties is that they should look at that judgment. Tinubu has just 3 years to go. This is the 5th month. In 2 days' time, it's 5 months, and he has started in some places bright, some other places he actually messed up everything, and we don't know whether he will have the kind of policy trust to actually bring back the economy to work again and grow. He's making promises. He's saying we exceed our expectation. He's saying a lot, but whether I can do that, we don't know. So we need a strong opposition party, which I think the PDP, Labour Party, NPP and the rest should come together, discuss seriously in terms of forming a strong alliance that will start, building the structures now ahead of the next election. Else, this man will plod through the remaining 3.5 years and still get the second term. Or the party, the APC, even though it has failed abysmally for 8 years plus, we still go through this process again and win. So the lesson for every one of them is that you better win. Follow that thing that Tinubu said. when he was saying, he said that power is not given a la carte. That you snatch it, you grab it, you run with it. So when you snatch, you grab, you run with it, you already hold it. So that means that you are more assured that the man who is shouting from the outside, give my power, I mean, win. So I just hope they will have the kind of wisdom to actually sink their egos and build a strong opposition party.
Do you think that Peter Obi and Atiku will call the president now to say congratulations? Do you think that is needed?
They don't have to call him, because if I was in their shoes, I don't think I would call him. You see, this Supreme Court, this election and the judicial process actually revealed a lot in terms of the gray areas in our laws, and then how the councils and the justices explored those gray areas to actually lower the power of leadership. Yeah, there are certain things that happened regarding those documents and the rest that came back. If you had an activist court in the mode of the ones that we had in years past, even the one that dealt on the Amechi case, they would have issued, even if they don't give judgment in this favor, they would have issued very, very strong lines, that would have brought some kind of sobriety. But there's nothing, everything was just like, oh, well, you went to this thing, it's an exercise in futility. You went to this one, it's like, it was just like, everything is fait accompli. Once you go, you get everything done, then you can go ahead with it. So they must actually feel that justice has not been done, and it's up to them if they want to correlate him. But I think it's unnecessary. Buhari never correlated all those that he contested against. He didn't correlate Obasanjo in 2003. He didn't correlate.
It was Jonathan. It was Jonathan that called and.
Yes, even in 2011, he didn't correlate Jonathan. He said the baboon and the monkey or whatever would drown in blood. Then in 2015, of course, Jonathan was the person who correlated. The only thing I can assure you what it is coming to is that if the opposition does not get together, you'll find that 2027 will be a lot more difficult, because Tinubu is very savvy in the use of power. If you see his appointment, almost half of his appointment, special advisor and the rest of them are all media people, media and propaganda. Social advisor, media, special advisor, new media, online media, special advisor. So he's having so many people that will actually, define the narrative in the public space in terms of his goals and everything. And I suspect that, like Jonathan, who was naive, and then I appointed somebody from a different ethnic stock, Tinubu will not do that. I expect that in the next 3 years, a new INEC chairman that will be a Yoruba man will be appointed.
Thank you very much, Obe. There's another big story here that I would like you to comment on. It said court lifts IPOB ban, awards Kanu 8 billion naira. Now, Justice Onovo of Enugu State High Court yesterday declared the prescription of the indigenous people of Biafra by the Southern East Governors Forum as illegal, unconstitutional, and null and void, and also awards Kanu 8 billion naira.
Well, yes, I read it too. The first thing to understand that it looks like that's an Enugu State High Court. Or I don't know, because you just said a court in Enugu, or perhaps a federal high court. I don't know, but
it just says High Court, Enugu State High Court.
Yes. Enugu State High Court. I believe the entire sentiment that the rest of them will actually go with justice for IPOB and the rest of them, and because perhaps if you are taking at this case to Abuja or whatever, you get a different interpretation. But of course, it is a properly constituted court, and it has given a ruling. The sum of this 8 billion is rather outrageous. You don't get that kind of sums for damages in matters of this nature. But of course, it's a legal judgment. I expect that the federal government will actually appeal it at the appeal court, and of course, the appeal courts are all under federal jurisdiction. I'm not saying there's a control factor. I'm just saying that, look, there's also a context factor in the sense that the federal court will look at this differently, perhaps. So I think they were appealing, but of course, it's actually a good judgment for IPOB. And I just hope that they can build on that and further the peace arrangement that they're trying to do, especially from the governor of in Enugu State, the peace and the pushback against the IPOB. Further, I should put a look that there's a kind of understanding, a level of court, and perhaps it can actually bring about a rapprochement at the level of political authority in the executive branch to actually say, look, this guy should be taken off just the way that Igbo was freed in Benin Republic. So we can have this measure of stability. I don't think Tinubu needs to continue on that trajectory that Buhari led.
Thank you very much, Obed Awed. It's always a pleasure speaking with you. Enjoy your Friday. Now, the phone lines are open for you to join the conversation. You can call now. Let's talk 0700 903 903 903. The wait is over. Judgment has been given at the Supreme Court. We all heard it yesterday. So, what's your take? Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, it's not clear. It's not clear. Hello, please call me back. Call me back. It's not your. I can't really hear you. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. You can also send in a WhatsApp message, and then I'll read your WhatsApp messages. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Ikan from Surulere Kingdom. Good to have you. Go ahead, sir.
I am calling from Munshi right now.
Okay, go ahead,
yes,
sir.
Mary,
go ahead, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yeah.
Now, I begin to understand more things yesterday's judgment. Now, I see why the symbol of the court with a woman that is being blindfolded with a sword. Now, after all the evidence, all the proof and all the sample, because it is blind, he could not see. He can only hear. And he only hear what the people were saying.
Yeah.
And at the end of it all, they give their own judgment. Now, like I said yesterday, that they are the final court and not the Supreme Court. What I mean is that after yesterday, Atiku and Obi has no other place to go. But I know who is a supreme, which is God himself, will judge every one of them according to what they have done. Whether it was good, whether the supreme God, all of them. And moreover, and let me say this, Nigerians are patient people. We are patient, we will be patient for this man for the next 4 years. Like I said, until the judgment of yesterday, I will now call him the name that he has shaped, and I will call him by on Monday. Now, I said earlier, let me just finish. In the beginning, come 2027, it will going to be my turn to become the president of this country because it's turn by turn.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. I wish you all the best with your ambition. Hello, good morning to you.
Meticulous Mary.
Good morning, Mr. Darlington from Iyanokpaja City.
Yeah, say it loud. How are you?
You should pay me to say that, to say it loud.
Don't worry, I will pay. I will pay. Is it not you? I will give you.
Yeah.
So how are you today?
I'm doing great. Go ahead, sir.
Mary.
Yes.
Injustice has been done, not even to Atiku or Obi, but to Nigerians. The weighty allegations on Tinubu was not even addressed. And that is worrisome. Mary, are you telling me that in another climb like the US or UK, where we copied the democracy, their president would have seen it be in office with all the allegations that was brought from the United States? Is it possible? Tell me. The Supreme Court said that the matter was brought out of time.
Yeah.
180 days has elapsed. The same Supreme Court indicted themselves and said that they have done it before, where they admitted fresh evidence. So what is wrong with this particular one? With all the seriousness attached to it. Why? As I speak to you now, nobody knows anything about Tinubu. Not even the schools he attended to. Nothing. Is that what the Supreme Court is validating? And somebody is telling me he has won. He didn't win anything. The only thing is that the Supreme Court, for reasons best known to them, they refuse to look at the issues presented by Atiku and Obi. How can you tell me that all the legal luminaries that defended Atiku and Obi, they don't know what they are doing?
Thank you.
Is it possible?
Thank you, Mr. Darlington.
We
Thank you.
have seen cases where Supreme Court took action against this type of thing. I need to clean up the society, to set a precedent that you cannot eat your cake and have it.
Thank you, Mr. Darlington. Thank you very much for
So I
your
wish them well,
contribution. Yeah, thank you.
But he did not win. He knows what his conscience is telling him. He knows.
Thank you very much, Mr. Darlington. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, the call dropped. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call, and let's talk. You can also send in a WhatsApp message. I will take it. Hello, good morning. Turn down the volume on your radio set, please.
No. I have turned down the volume.
Hey, Peter Monse.
Yeah.
Your birthday. Hope you got the gift. The Supreme Court gave you the gift.
I got a gift yesterday, Mary. Supreme Court wanted to deny me a gift. But another court, a high court in Enugu, gave me a gift.
Yes.
And the gift that I received yesterday, the quashing of the illegal prescription of IPOB. Because I always say that according to United Nations Charter, the determination, agitation for self-determination is never a crime, according to United Nations. And Nigeria could have been saying, oh, it's a crime. Nigerian people, oh, it's a crime. Kanu did this. Even if that judgment will subsist for one day, a court has said that what you did was wrong. And they awarded Nnamdi Kanu 8 billion naira. Yes, the amount might sound as strange or outrageous, but for me, a court has ruled. That's not the first time. So as Tinubu is celebrating what INEC started and finished by the Supreme Court, let Tinubu also immediately release Nnamdi Kanu because it's illegally detained. Let the Tinubu also order whatever body is concerned to give Nnamdi Kanu the amount 8 billion naira plus other ones that other courts have. That was a great gift for me. So any Nigerians today that will say that IPOB is a criminal organization, is a whatever they want to call it, such a person should be taken to court because IPOB had been vindicated. Nnamdi Kanu had been vindicated. That's a great gift for me. And finally, Mary, the Supreme Court yesterday did not exonerate Tinubu of the certificate for. They only refused to attend to that matter. They did not exonerate him of finishing a college 4 years before that college was established. They only refused. So today, Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi has helped me to know the kind of person that is occupying Aso Rock. Even though INEC started it wrongly, for me, chairman should have been in trouble now for refusing to follow their rules. You gave a rule to the whole world, and you turn out to do something else. Mess Nigeria up and get the judiciary to mess you up. Thank you. You sat down on a wheelchair in London when you went to visit Tinubu. I have not heard anything about that.
Thank you.
But I don't do them. Let God go do his own. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter Monsep. Let's take some messages right now. We'll take some WhatsApp messages. So keep it coming in. Let me take this one. Okay, this one is from Lugat from Benin. Says the Supreme Court yesterday didn't give judgment, but a mere affirmation of criminality in Nigeria. Let's not deceive ourselves. As for Nnamdi Kanu, he should be released immediately after all Bawa was released, even without any trial. So why still hold him back? Thank you for your message, Lugat from Benin. I'll take another one now. This one says, let's see. A lot of Nigerians do not have any faith or trust in INEC, and their words are not reliable or have any credibility. People of Kogi, Imo, and Bayelsa State must shine their eyes during the governorship election. Otherwise, it's the same old story by INEC. Frank Onero from USA is saying that this morning. And let's see another message here. This one is from Adegboye Gadedeji. Says, good morning, Mary. The Supreme Court judgment is expected. The law is clear and the lawyers of both Atiku and Obi are aware of the law. I think they just want to twist the law. A case like this should have been entertained, brought up earlier before other courts, before getting to the Supreme Court. Taking a fresh matter that concerns election matters to the Supreme Court will not hold. So the judgment is clear, though it may not go down well with majority, but I think the lawyers of both Atiku and Obi shot themselves on the foot. They know they can't win this matter at the Supreme Court. It's the law. The Supreme Court isn't our problem. INEC is. Okay, thank you, Adegboyega, for your message. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, please.
Yeah, good morning to you. What's your name and location?
My name is Genesis from Surulere.
Mr. Genesis, go ahead.
Please, I want to be connected to Mr. Obed. He's my good friend from Surulere. Tell him Mr. Genesis from Surulere, please.
Okay.
I've been listening to you people. I've been trying to reach him.
Okay.
I lost contact. I don't have his number anymore, please.
Okay. We'll let him know. Thank you very much. I think I have your number now. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Genesis. Is that all?
Huh?
Is that all?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Genesis. Thank you. 0700-903-903. 903 is the number to call in and join the conversation. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mary.
Yeah, good morning. Turn down the volume on your radio set.
Let me off it.
Okay.
Yes, I actually off it. This is the prof calling from a solo. I actually dropped a message. Let me say this. Yes, congratulations to Mr. Tinubu. Though it's not from my heart, but I have to say it as a patriotic Nigerian. Congratulations to him that the Supreme Court has vindicated him to have won the election. But God is the only person that is supreme, and God is the only person that his decision remains supreme. And kudos to Atiku and Obi to have done the needful, to have fought a good fight. Let us unite and make Nigeria one. Congratulations to Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. IPOB is never what they are calling it. IPOB is a freedom fighter. It's a freedom fighter organization. Thank you, Mr. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Now back to the messages. I have this one says, "Good morning, VOP. My name is Boluwaji. What I think will be an Atiku and Nigerians should do now is to start clamoring for total electoral reform, and there should not be swearing in of the president if there is any court cases." Thank you for your message. Gabi from Ojo said, "Good morning, Mary. I will advise Peter Obi to forget about contesting again because good people can be president in Nigeria. Nigeria is a country where bad behavior is rewarded." Gabi, thank you for your message. Honesty from Isolo said, "Good morning. It's unfortunate that judiciary as a section of arm of the Nigerian government had become a general doom. It will take the next generation for cleansing of the land called Nigeria." Okay, thank you, Honesty. Leo from Lagos said, "Good morning, Mary. Supreme Court Justice refused to accept Atiku's fresh appeal, and I want to ask whether Supreme Court will accept same position in 2027 if Tinubu decide to run again, and we should know that Nigeria has forgers of certificate as president." Okay, Leo from Lagos, thank you. We have good morning, Mary. The judgment has come and gone. If there's still any hope for non-APC members in this country, please let them release Nnamdi Kanu. Okay, undiluted bossman from Ikotun, Lagos. Thank you for your message. We have Comrade Godfrey from Surulere. It says, "Mary, to answer your question as to what Obi and Atiku should do next, I would rather you ask what Nigerians should do, because those ones are comfortable in their lives already. So it's all about the poor masses who are at the receiving end of APC's rule. On yesterday's judgment, I don't rely on the government Supreme Court, but rather on the People's Supreme Court." Comrade Geoffrey, thank you from Surulere for your message. I'll take calls. and then I'll go to YouTube. Turn on the volume on your radio set.
Good morning.
Mr. Ben from Iba. How you doing today?
Yes, I'm fine. The Supreme Court, they did not give us judgment. They did not give us justice. Those judgment offices, they did not give us. And because the problem we have is the Constitution. It is left for Nigerian people now. We are the Supreme people now that will fight this Constitution, fight it. Now, when we will give the street to fight it, it's not against Tinubu. Tinubu is not the problem. It's our Constitution. Let's fight this Constitution. I did not see any celebration yesterday. Even the people that supported Tinubu in this election, all of them are mourning. All of them, people are dying now. People are suffering. Throughout the reign of Buhari, dollar increased by 500 naira. Tinubu ruled for only 5 months. Dollar increased for 500 naira. 500. Yes, I think Buhari own was 200. He ended up with 700. Buhari now, he inherited 700. Under 5 months, it is 1,002. So it is his government is disaster. His administration is disaster for Nigeria. People are dying. Things are damaging every day. And the body language shows that it's not in charge. He doesn't even know what is happening. All the people around here are people who have corruption charges. People who doesn't deserve to be in government. He just sack all of them just for the purpose of winning next election. And that is why people are not celebrating. People are not happy. And Supreme Court, what they did was so bad. It was so bad. Thank you so much. Let other people.
Thank you, Mr. Ben, for me, but thank you very much. You know, when you go to the market to buy something, they're not going to ask you, are you a PC member? Are you PDP? Are you Labour Party? All we can just say now is for the president to do right. You know, to let the poor breathe and to give us policies that will actually work. Because when you say people are suffering, that is affirmative. That's true. So we are all in this. If the president is doing well, whether it's a PDP, whether it's APC, whether Labour Party, nobody really cares. It's just we want good leadership. We want a better Nigeria. Although the president, when he was speaking yesterday, said he did not promise Nigeria Eldorado. But if you listen to the campaign then, you know that he really promised us Eldorado. But you know, politicians. So all we can do now is to hope and pray that the president will do good. And we will enjoy, because right now it's not easy for many people. Hello, turn down the volume on your radio. Okay, bye. You didn't turn down the volume. My time is almost up. I have to go to YouTube and take some messages here. We have Kenny P says, can we get... Oh, okay, thank you. You're asking a question. Ahmed Tinubu has started showing you his dishonesty. I did not promise you Eldorado when he says he will fix Nigeria. Is it when all damaged citizens are dead? Okay, thank you. Day to day. The Franklin Dixon said Nigerian judges put priority to technicalities over merit of cases brought before them. Judgment was issued, but justice was never given. The Supreme Court come from God only. God bless Nigeria. Thank you. Oladimeji Michael says, good morning to you, my sister. God bless you. Please let Atiku and Obi Johnson take it like that. Olorunwa. Thank you very much. I have Ifi Kem Wambodo said Nigeria is bleeding seriously under APC. Thank you for your message. We have Benjamin Alauto says, I will not blame Tinubu for Nigeria corrupt leaders, but I point my hand towards military who saw the truth and failed to speak it. But now, if it is a French country, military is supposed to take over. Thank you very much for your message. We're not clamoring for military to take over. Thank you, Benjamin, all the same. Ola Adewale says, truth exalts a country. Mr. Rufai and Mosso, can those in the hems of affair pass a small test per corruption? Okay, small test per corruption. Thank you very much for your message. My time is up. I need to go now. Thank you so much for being part of the program. My name is Mary Onaife Debbie. I'll be here again on Monday, God willing, for another edition. Keep it here. Coming up next is Ogendigbo. We are the voice of the people, 90.3 FM.